Hello, and welcome to our podcast.
Hello.
I just told Heather that she's a lot of help. So today we are talking about weight loss, getting back to starting a journey and all of that, because I have finally decided that I am sick and tired of this extra weight on me, and I'm going to start working out again.
I love it.
Taking care of myself and all of that. Yeah, she's been doing it for a while. I have not.
Okay, but to be fair, I stopped. I stopped because of the Rona, so that's one reason. Number two, I went through a breakup, and I used that as an excuse because I was sad and like mad, and then
I was like, no, you're not sad. You're mad.
Fair. And then, I mean, the gyms haven't been open or anything, but I did want to say, ours are not. Ours are still super, super closed. But so the other day, I don't know if I actually told you this. I went to go wait. So I was challenged by a friend. We have a challenge going on that ends October 2nd. He wants to gain 15 pounds of muscle, which good luck with that. And I want to lose 15 pounds of fat. Or like hit a certain like lose a couple, what's it called, pant sizes or something, but whatever. So I had to go weigh myself the other day. I don't know if I told you, I had to go weigh myself yesterday, and I was like, oh my God, I bet you I'm like 190 pounds again or something. No, I am the same exact weight I was.
Well, because technically you have been watching what you eat. You're not eating everything inside.
It's not even that, though. Like, my body's completely different, but, like, my pants don't fit the same. Like, I lost my muscle.
Oh, yeah.
And I gained fat. So I am 175 pounds of fat. So I'm trying to get down to 160 by October 2nd.
Well, with muscle memory, it's going to be easy to gain your muscle back. Cool. It's not going to be as hard as it was before. Phenomenal. And I'm proof of that because I do weight training and then don't, and then do, and then don't, and then do, and then. So, but no, I'm. It's not that I'm tired. Like I can live with myself like this because, you know, my husband could care less. But it's more of a health thing. Diabetes runs in our family, and I need to start taking care of myself. So that's what's kind of prompted this. And so our gyms are open, and I told my sister, I was like, you want to go to the gym? I was going to go today, but I had a migraine, so I couldn't go. But I'm going to go tomorrow around noon, and start working out again. So next week, I'm probably going to be miserable because I will hurt all over.
That sounds great. Yeah, I did a workout the other day. I woke up and I was like, I'm tired of feeling bad, which then like my whole life fell apart. It was a whole thing. But I woke up and I was like, I'm going to do a workout. So our gyms are not open. So I have to figure out. So Maria and I will be on very different weight loss journeys from, you know, halfway across the country, because Maria has all of the traditional things that you can use in a gym. And I am stuck working out at my fucking house, and it's hot. Okay,
it's right. So we'll have two perspectives.
Yes. So what I did was I was like, okay, when I was in the gym, my cardio was like HIIT cardio. So what I would do was I would like sprint for 10 seconds and then walk for 10 seconds and sprint and when I did that for like, it was like a minute or 2 minutes, you know, on off, and then you walk and you incline for a minute. Okay, well, I don't have a treadmill, so I had to just do it differently. So I would sprint my yard and then walk back, and then sprint my yard and then walk back, and I did it however many times, and then I jogged my yard like 5 times, and then I like cooled down and walked, and then I did legs on my stairs. I did a little bit of upper body, like we on our deck in the back there's like a little bar at the bottom. The people who lived here before us wanted a bar for like when they had parties, basically. So there's a little bar on the bottom, and I like just like, you know, did little bitch push-ups off that because I have no upper body strength. But I did a lot of legs, just like on the stairs. Creative with like whatever I could. I also have like little booty bands up in this piece somewhere.
I do too.
So
I need to pull those out.
yeah, so I mean, like you can definitely do it from home. But the thing that I think you have to remember the most, like Maria and I both really love working out anyway. Like that's just we just like it, and you should too. Honestly, if you do it, you'll end up liking it eventually because endorphins. But your diet is going to be the majority of your weight loss if you are on a weight loss journey. And I can guarantee you, we're all either in one or about to get in one because quarantine has kicked our ass.
Oh God, that's right. Well, the thing is, yeah, a diet has always been my problem because, I'm a food addict and all of that. But, so diet has always been a problem for me. But now that I'm on those pills, it's a lot easier to eat better and to do intuitive eating, which is what I've been doing. I've been doing a lot of intuitive eating, which actually works. So I have been losing weight. It's very, 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 very slow because I am not exercising. And a lot of people will. A lot of people will diet and not exercise, which is fine. You just can't eat very much. And for someone that likes to eat, yeah, for someone that likes to eat, I really need to work out. And that's really the only reason why I work out is because I want to eat.
Well, right, and like, and you have to like figure out, right, and you have to figure out what the proper caloric deficit is for you personally, because I learned that changes depending on what weight you're at already, your body type, da 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 da. It's dependent on how, like, I think they said something about like how much sleep you're getting. It's dependent on
it's dependent on a lot of things. You'd be amazed at what really does factor into all that. Your stress level, I mean, like everything, because the less sleep you get, the more stress your body is under. So, you want to be able to sleep well, and when you start getting into an exercise regimen, you'll sleep better. But also that you need to know where you need to start from. Okay, and this is coming from my personal training background. Okay, I used to be a certified personal trainer. I am not anymore. But you need to start off slow. I mean, because the way that I'm one of those people that I have to do all or nothing. Yes. And if I don't, then I'm not going to stick with it. But the problem is when you do all or nothing, because I'm like, I want to do the hardest workout and I want to do this. You're not going to stick to it because your body's going to get tired. You're going to get injured. And then, of course, you're not going to stick to it. So really start off slow. Find something that would be great for you. I always recommend, what's it called? Body Space, which is part of bodybuilder.com. Now, okay, it used to be free. It's not anymore. You can get the workouts and stuff, but you can't get like the entire plan. So yeah, it's not anymore because they figured out, hey, we can actually charge for this. So the gravy train kind of stopped. But I like Jamie Eason. She has a transforming workout plan on there, and it's made for like beginner, intermediate, and advanced. But it starts off really, really slow. So it's like the perfect thing for a beginner and for somebody who's looking to start a workout regimen but doesn't know where to start. Once you start getting into, like really getting into bodybuilding and all of that, then you'll start you can start making your own programs, because what happens is you want to research what's going to work the best. So then you start getting into periodization and, what body parts you want to work out when and things like that. So that's just, it's natural for somebody who starts doing like weightlifting. And I'm talking about weightlifting. I mean, you can also do this with cardio and stuff too, but I'm talking about weightlifting. Like, when you start out weightlifting, you're just like, okay, I have no idea what I'm doing, and that goes for everybody. So guys,
Yeah.
don't get don't go into the gym or and this is when a lot of people, they don't do it because they're intimidated and they're worried about what other people are thinking of them. And the thing is, ain't nobody looking at you. They're doing their own workout. They want to get their own shit done and get the hell out of there, because a lot of bodybuilders and a lot of people that are trying to gain muscle, they're in there for at least an hour, hour and a half. Some people are in there for 2 hours, depending on what they're trying to do with their body. If you're just trying to do like a normal weight loss, kind of firming up, things like that, it's not going to take that long. But if you want to bulk, if you want to have a good bulk, then it's going to take a while. You're going to have like up to a 90-minute session to a 2-hour session, especially when you do legs. Legs are like your long days. And she loves legs. I hate legs. Legs are the bane of my existence.
I
Legs
love
and
leg
abs,
day.
I absolutely hate. I will find any excuse not to do a leg day.
I'm like probably the only person who likes leg day. I'll be honest. I know.
There's a lot of people that actually like leg days. I, however, am not one of those people. I'll do it because I know that it gets me the ass that I want. Okay, if you want to see a good ass transformation, because I mean, a lot of people are like, you can't get that ass if you are, unless you have implants. And that's not true. Now, when you grow the ass, you grow the legs too, okay? And then you have to do a lot of bulking and leaning and bulking and leaning. It doesn't happen like that. It happens over years, okay? And so if you want to see a good example of that, look at Florina Fitness on Instagram. And she had, if you look from when she was working out and at a deficit, like a huge, she had no, did you see that picture?
No
she
ass.
had like none. And now you see her now and she's got this big, huge ass. I mean, I'm like, she was training me for a little bit. I had to go pay her again because I actually liked her workout.
Yeah.
And I actually did them, and I was losing weight really well because she's a big advocator of you need to eat. Because like when I first started on her plan, she had me on over 2,000 calories. I think I was on like 2,200 calories.
Oh, wow.
And I was still losing weight because I was doing heavy weightlifting. But I built the most muscle when I was working out with her. And the thing is I knew the concept behind it, but you still have that diet mentality. So if you want, when you're working out, especially with weights, you have that afterburn. So you're burning more calories as the day goes along. So you have that it's called EPOC. So it's that afterburn effect. So that's why a lot of people are saying, hey, you really need to incorporate weights because it will help you, and it will. Because the muscle, you'll start gaining muscle and you'll have, you're changing the shape of your body, essentially. And then her workouts were very leg heavy because she focused on the butt, which is what I want. Because I have like no ass. My ass went away because I started growing an ass and then I stopped working out altogether. So, but the thing is what people start thinking is calories in, calories out. Okay, yes, calories in, calories out. Okay, you don't want to have a huge deficit to where your body is cannibalizing your muscle.
Yeah.
So, and that's a real thing. You don't want to, okay, you're going to lose weight faster, but you're also going to lose muscle. No matter what, if you're in a deficit, you're going to lose muscle, but you want to prevent that as much as you can. So you want to make your calories, you're stepping down in calories as slowly as possible. You don't want to do it like all at once. And that's what she did with me. And the fact that I was eating so much and I was like, this is because I was counting macros. I wasn't counting calories. I was counting macros. And I may just go to her, what she had sent me before and just start with that. And then go from there. But it's like, I, when you, even though you have all of this knowledge, the old diet mentality always kind of gets into your head. And, I used to preach that all the time. And Heather knows this, because I used to preach it all the time, but I never used to do it. I would be thinking, okay, I want to lose weight, I want to lose weight, I want to lose weight. But what was funny is I changed my body composition. Like, I didn't lose much weight when I was doing her plan, but I had changed my body composition so much. I had lost like 3 or 4 pant sizes. And
Wow.
I only did her thing for like 3 months.
Well, that's
So
part of the reason. Like,
I was losing quickly.
I don't necessarily always like numerical, like, scale goals, because you can, like Maria just said, you can change your body completely, and it may look like you lost 40 pounds, but you might have only lost 20, but you gained a bunch of muscle. And so your body just changed, like the way it looks changed. And I used to get so frustrated because I would work out with my ex. My ex got me in the gym. When I first got in the gym, I did like the Nike app just because it was easy and it was like whatever. And it's not that it was easy, but it was easy for someone who was just starting. And then I started going with my ex, and him and I would work out together. And then I found Hannah Oberg, which is, it's like HANNAOEBERG. I found her, and I love her workouts. Her workouts got me through the gym most days. And I started doing my own thing. But I would get so frustrated because I was like, I am doing the cardio. I am lifting weights. We go to the gym 5 days a week. I'm on this strict keto diet. I'm taking all my like supplements, which really I wasn't taking like supplements. I was like drinking my BCAAs. But I'm like, I'm doing everything I need to be doing. I'm drinking 100+ ounces of water a day. Like, what the fuck? I was so mad because I'm like, God, like, I have this numerical goal in my brain and I'm not close to it. And, it wasn't until I checked my fucking weight yesterday that I was like, I'm yelling at myself, right, in the past, because I didn't hit 160 or 170 or 165, but the shorts that I've never fit into, that I've had for years, I fit into, and I didn't go below a weight that I haven't been before. Like, my lowest weight before I had my oldest daughter is the lowest weight I've been in 8 years, and it was 177 pounds, and now I'm 175, but I didn't I understood it, but I didn't understand it. Like, if you look at these 2 pictures on my Instagram, like, one is me in a bathroom in my shorts, and then the other one is me just on a rooftop somewhere. You can see like the fat in my face, and you can see where like the fat has come back in the newer picture, and you can see how I look more toned in the second picture, and my body just looks different, my face looks different. But I'm the same exact weight. And I think it's just important to, like, don't get obsessed with the scale. It's so easy. Like, I used to weigh myself every fucking day. Me and Justin both did. We would weigh ourselves every day because he was trying to gain muscle. So he was trying to gain a certain amount of weight, and I was trying to lose a certain amount of weight. And we were just both getting so frustrated. But at the end of the day, well, his body is different because his metabolism is different. And I still don't understand his whole thing. I told him I thought it was his diet, and I still think that, but that's just me.
It is. And I've even told him that, and he didn't fucking listen to me.
Because he was very big on like carbs. And like, I was like, no, protein. And then like a couple weeks later, he was like, so I need more protein. And I was like, yeah, no shit, thanks. I'm glad YouTube told you. Like, I already knew that. Sometimes I know things. It's fine. But you just have to like be patient, and don't be so focused on like, I have to hit this number on this scale. If you look in the mirror and you like what you see, and if you put on a pant size that you're happy with, or you put on a shirt size that you're happy with, or you put on a bathing suit and you feel good about it, and you feel good about the definition in your body, or you feel good about, the size of your ass or your thighs or your stomach or whatever, that should be what's the most important. You just have to, I think the more important thing is knowing how to get to what you want your ideal body shape to look like, not so much what you want that number to look like. Like, someone told me you should be in a deficit. You should be you should be only intaking 1,200 calories. That is starvation. I didn't know that was considered starvation. Didn't you tell me that? That's starving yourself. 1,200
Yeah.
calories is the cutoff for starving yourself.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people don't think about that. But the thing is, okay, let me explain it to you. The thing is okay, 1,200 calories would be if you are very sedentary, you're not doing anything, you are, and there's a girl that's on YouTube that she eats like 1,000 calories a day, and she doesn't work out because she hates working out. And I'm like, you still need to be above that. And she's like rail thin right now, and I'm just like, oof. But the thing is, so you think about it. If you're not sedentary, and you are eating 1,200 calories a day, yet you are doing an intense workout. And what I mean by intense is HIIT training, things like that, that burns like 1,000 calories an hour. So that technically means you're getting 200, your body is getting 200 calories a day. You're starving yourself. So what you want to do, you want to use the 200 calories as a base, the 1,200 calories maybe as a baseline. Okay. And then add back like 70% of what you're working out with. Okay. That'll put you up to like anywhere from 1,800 to 2,000 calories. When you're working out, you do not need to be going below 1,600 calories. When I was working out, I ate at least between 1,600 and 1,800 calories, which was low for me. I really shouldn't have been eating that. I should have been eating at least 1,800 calories. But, my brain would not let me go below 1,800, or would not let me go above 1,600. It was just the way that my brain was working, even though I knew it. But so if you think about it that way, what will happen is your body will start cannibalizing muscle. Your metabolism will start slowing down. Now, if you've been doing like an entire lifetime, like I have, of yo-yo dieting, once you start doing this way, you will gain weight. Do not panic. Please do not panic, okay? You will gain weight probably the first couple of weeks that you're doing it, maybe even the first 3 weeks. Keep up with it. Once you start getting enough fuel, and your body's getting enough fuel, then your metabolism will start revving up. It'll go start getting faster and faster and faster. But the thing is you've got to counteract like a lifetime of yo-yo dieting, or a lifetime of dieting, of not getting enough calories, of not taking care of your body correctly. Your body is this amazing machine. It's an amazing machine. You got to think of it. The excess weight that you have on yourself is energy. Okay. You are taking in way more calories than your body needs. So it's storing the excess energy. Okay. If you think about it like that, then instead of, obsessing over food and obsessing over calories, because if you obsess over that stuff, you might as well just call it a failure now. You don't want to obsess over that. And it took me a long time to understand. I paid, to get an associate's degree was it an associate's or was it a bachelor's? I think it was a bachelor's. It was a bachelor's. In advanced exercise science, because I wanted to understand what was going on. I wanted to understand the human body better. I wasn't necessarily wanting to become a personal trainer. I wanted to understand my body better, and I wanted to know the science of it. The thing with me is, if I'm going to start something and I'm going to go all in, I want to study I want to immerse myself in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I paid an exorbitant amount of money to get my my degree, my certification, and everything. But I learned. But then the thing is, I learned. I did learn, but it still didn't. What's the word? It still didn't. I could have learned everything, but it still didn't fix what I was thinking in my head,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what I did my entire life,
Right.
was diet, gain weight, diet, lose weight, gain weight, diet, lose weight, gain weight. And then you start realizing, oh, okay, I'm gaining weight a lot faster than I usually do.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, what the hell is going on? Then you start saying, oh, it's the family genetics, it's this and that. And you know what? I can prove that wrong, because my entire family is huge. Okay. We can gain weight easily. We can also lose weight quickly. When I exercise, and I exercise right, and I diet, and I eat right, not diet, but I eat right, the weight starts melting off. And
Mm-hmm.
Heather has seen it,
Mm-hmm. Well,
because
and you've seen that with me too. Like,
yeah.
my family is the same. Like, my family is all pretty big, but yeah, as long as we do the work, we lose it. Oh no, I was just saying my family's the same way. Like everyone in my family's big, but when they actually try, they lose. And so it's interesting because I told Maria, my dad had hit a plateau like 3 years ago, right? And my brother and I were just talking about it because we've all kind of like gotten on a health train and we all like jump on and off and da 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 whatever. And so him and I were talking about my dad and his weight loss and how he's been stuck for a long time. And I asked my dad, when did you hit this plateau? 3 years ago. 3 years ago. I said, well, what have you changed? Nothing. He changed nothing in his diet. And then my brother goes, oh, no, 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 no. Hold on. He said, Dad tries all this different stuff, but the freezer is always full and the fridge is always full and the pantry is always full. So he likes to acknowledge that he's eating all this good stuff. But there is so much food in that house and it gets eaten. And I don't think that they like to acknowledge that some of
Mm-hmm.
that stuff gets eaten. Like for me, I have to go, okay, I ate a bag of chips last night. And it's so funny. You know what I do in my brain? I go, okay, like, have I eaten decent? Okay. Like, this is how I look at it. Okay. Because I've also figured it out, and it takes time to figure it out. Like when I was living with Justin, my ex, my meals were the same every day. I knew my caloric intake, I knew my macros. I ate the same shit every day. Now, I'm living at Mike's house and I know what I need to eat. I don't always eat that way and I know that. And I also can, like, I'll look back on my day and go, okay, like, what did I eat today? Okay, I can eat a bag of chips. It's not a big deal. You have to understand what you've already put in your
Mm-hmm.
body or what you're going to be putting into your body later to give yourself, like, those little cheats. But you also can't be like, okay, I ate one bag. Let's have another bag. Let's have another bag. Because sometimes I get like that too. Um, but anyways, like, but I am able to sit back and admit to myself, okay, so I had eggs for breakfast. I really don't eat a lot, and it's not because I'm like sick or anything. I'm fine. I just don't think about it most of the time. I'll be like, okay, I had eggs for breakfast. I had some water this morning. I might have had some like fruit punch. I had some chicken at dinner and some broccoli. Okay, I can eat a bag of chips. It's like it's not a big deal. It's a big deal when you start, like Marie was saying, when you start doing that like micromanaging of yourself. I would beat myself up so bad, which I'm supposed to be on keto right now, but I haven't started yet, so oh well, YOLO. Um, when you start
Mm-hmm.
micromanaging yourself like that, um, it becomes like obsessive and it becomes super fucking unhealthy. And that's how I became so like, I can't eat another ounce of rice because I'll explode. I have to get on the scale and acknowledge. It was like a punishment to myself. It was like, okay, we had a cheat day yesterday. We ate pot or whatever the fuck, Domino's last night. Well, now I have to get on the scale in the morning and I have to punish myself with that number. Why? Like, why? You're allowed to slip up. You're allowed to have cheat days. You're allowed to have cheat. There was someone I watched who he said he has a cheat window. So he was like, instead of having like a cheat day, right? He said, I'll say, okay, I'm gonna take like these 2 hours to just eat whatever the fuck I want. Or this 6 hours or whatever, to just eat whatever the fuck I want. And sometimes you can do that through like fasting. Like that's the only 6 hours you eat that day. But yeah, he was just like, I would just fucking go ham for a couple hours. And then I just got back on my shit, you know? And most of the time, you know, I feel like shit after I do that to my body. But then, you know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I get back on it. But you have to like give yourself grace and be patient with yourself, be patient with learning. We're learning all of it, how calories work, how how macros work, what exercises do what, how to target what, how to get your body to look like X. Like it takes so much practice. I've been doing this for the last 2 years, and it took me up until right before Corona, of course, motherfucking COVID. It took until right before Corona for me to be like, I was like in my groove. I was at the gym, like, Justin used to have to drag my ass to the gym, and I was dragging his ass to the gym, and I'm like, let's go, like, I'm ready. And I was like in my groove, and I was good to go. It took me like a year and a half to figure out what worked for me, what diet worked for me. And when I say diet, I don't mean what you probably think when I say diet. I just mean a diet is literally just how you eat. A diet is not eating less. It's not starving yourself. A diet is literally just the way in which you eat. So I had to figure out what worked for me for my lifestyle, for my likes and my dislikes. I had to figure out a workout plan that worked for me. I had to figure out, because I was also following Justin's workout plan, and Justin's plan to work out was to gain muscle. He was trying to bulk. He was bodybuilding, and I was trying to lose fat and tone at the same time, which is very hard. It's hard to do. And so I was following his shit and not doing any of the cardio or anything I needed to be doing to attain my goals. So it took me time to figure out, like, okay, I don't need to follow him around like a lost puppy around the gym. Like, I can do me. But just be patient with yourself, because it is so frustrating, and you're going to feel like you failed so many times, and then you're not going to want to go back to the gym, and you're going to see your weight go up, or you're going to eat something you shouldn't have eaten, and you're going to be like, fuck it, it's over, or you're going to hit a plateau. And when you hit a plateau, just do something different. I don't care what it is. Just do something different. Change the days that you do different body parts. Change the way you're eating. I don't care. Do something different, but don't fucking give up, because I did it, and I could have been at my goals by now, but I gave up so many times in the last 2 years. That's like the biggest advice I have. It's just like, Jesus, just be patient.
A lot of people are like that. I mean, I was like that. I was finally looking cute. You know, and I was finally like not upset about my weight and the way that I was looking, and I was feeling good, and I was staying with the weight. And I didn't feel deprived as far as food. And then shit happened, and I blamed it. I blamed it. I blamed it on something that happened and on a certain someone, but it really wasn't that. Yes, it was a factor. Yes, I was very depressed and started eating everything, and then everything just kind of went downhill from there. But I can't blame him. I can't blame that person, because it was my decision to do what I wanted to do. I broke the cycle. I broke the habit of what I had gotten into. I broke the eating healthy and the way that I was eating, because I didn't want to do it anymore. I got complacent. And everything just went out for heel from that. I haven't set foot in the gym since before Corona. I have not set foot in the gym. I have not exercised since then. I have been so lazy as far as getting up and moving and working out and stuff. And then you know, you're sitting over here going, why the hell am I gaining weight? Like, you're an idiot.
Yo, you're so funny.
But it's true. You're sitting over here going, why am I back to where I was before? Thank God I'm not heavier than I was before. But why did I get back to where I was before? Girl, you've been eating everything in sight. And I'm an emotional eater, and I haven't been doing any of the mental aspects to curb the mental eating, or the emotional eating, or the food addiction. I just basically said, fuck it. And went on my merry little way. And you're like, okay, why the hell am I gaining weight? And I'm like, well, duh, you haven't been doing anything.
Right.
You've been eating whatever the hell that you want, whenever the hell that you want, however much you want to, not listening to your body cues, you know, telling you, okay, I'm hungry, okay, I'm full, okay, I still eat whatever I want, but I listen to what, I take my time and I listen to my body, and I'm like, I can't eat anymore, and I push it away. And my husband's like, I've never, ever seen you not clean your plate. And I'm like, I'm starting to listen to my body now. And now I'm to the point where I really need to start exercising, because once I start exercising, I'll start losing the weight. Because with me, when I start exercising, I don't want to eat the crap.
Yes.
Because my body starts craving healthier food.
Good food. Right. Yeah, and you start wanting water. Like, I never wanted to drink water, but as soon as obviously you worked out, like, obviously you need fucking water. You need to, like, hydrate and replenish. That's what happened to me. So, like, I would go to a workout, and then I'd be like, I don't want those brownies that are in the pantry because that'll fuck up everything I just did. Because P always had, like, snacks. Or, like, I go work out, and then by the end of my workout, I was already 40 ounces into my water for the day. Like, and it's shit that, like, you don't even think about counting, but you have to count, and you have to, like, congratulate yourself or, like, pat yourself on the back for, like, hey, I said no. Hey, I didn't drink a soda. I drink all my fucking water. Like, it sounds so simple, and I feel like some people would be like, it's not that hard, but it is when you're not used to doing it.
Right. And celebrate the small victories.
Hell yeah.
If you go and you're like, I went an entire day without eating shit, be happy. Celebrate that. Do something that doesn't have to do with eating. Okay. Celebrate that. Be happy about that. Don't sit there and go, oh, but I did this wrong. But I did this wrong. Don't nitpick at yourself, because trust me, we all do it. We all do it, especially those who have a degree in exercise science and still did the shit that that she did. I mean, you've got to not obsess over things. You can't obsess over it. Don't obsess over the numbers. Don't obsess over all of that. And a lot of people are afraid to just, okay, yeah, go ahead and do a diary, but don't count your calories or any of that for a week. Okay. Yeah. And then go back and look at it and go, okay, this is the problem here, and you'll see it. You'll see it in your everything. You'll see it. You'll go, okay, I drink way too much alcohol.
You'll notice it because you'll feel guilty writing it down. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Yeah. 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 And then you be honest with yourself. That's another main thing. Be honest with yourself, but don't get so into your head that it's got to be perfect or nothing, because that's the way that I was. I was like that for the longest time. But you have to get yourself out of that mentality and work on it. You're gonna constantly be a work in progress. You're never gonna be 100% perfect on everything. You're human, okay? All of us are human. But you need to not obsess, not do, because there's those people that are all or nothing. There's those people that give themselves the leeway. There's some people that are like, that they could care less. I'm just one of those people that if I don't do everything to a T and if I don't do everything perfect, I've got to start all over again. Don't have that mentality, because then it just ruins everything.
Right.
Everything. It'll ruin everything that you've built.
Well, and I think that it's just as important not to obsess over, like, what we have as beauty standards and focus more on the health, like the literal health. Like, am I leading a healthy lifestyle? Am I moving? Am I hydrated? Am I eating good food?
How do you feel?
Right. Am I happy? Because we talked about this. Justin and I used to get in fights about this all the time. And I know I keep bringing Justin up on this podcast, but that is the person I have the most experience in with all of this stuff besides Maria. We would talk all the time about how your physical health and what you eat and how you take care of your body correlates with your mental health. And so, like, are you happy? Are you feeling good? Do you have energy? Are you feeling sluggish? Like, what, and if you are, like, can that be related back to what you are or are not doing? But that is so much more, and this is coming from someone who works in an industry that is focused on looks, okay? It is so much more important that you feel good and you know you're leading a healthy lifestyle than to look like Anne Hathaway. Or to look like whoever the fuck. Like, I want to be the same size as Halsey. Like, it doesn't. Stop it. Because at the end of the day, number one, all of our bodies are different. All our metabolisms are different. Everything about all of us is different, and you cannot compare yourself to someone on the front of a magazine because, if you really want to get into it, Jennifer Lawrence came out talking about how she hates how much they photoshopped her pictures to take out the things that made her a real full woman. I think it was for Hunger Games. And she was like, this is what I looked like before they photoshopped me. And she looked like a normal fucking, like, I don't know. She wasn't, like, skinny, but she wasn't, like, fat, like, she was like,
yeah, well, and she's been an advocate for body positivity too,
right?
Because they're like, you've got to look like this, and she's like, no, I don't.
No, you don't. And that's what she was saying. She's like, I look like an average woman before they, like, made me into this. And you can't force yourself. Like, okay, if you are pear-shaped, you're not going to have an hourglass figure. And vice versa. Like, you have to work with what your body has, like, what your body is, and you have to find comfort in that. And I don't know what else to tell you, but stop looking at magazines and looking at someone with a completely different body type. That's like someone coming to me and saying, I want to look like this. And they show me someone with an oval face and a long oval face and this, like, perfect hair or whatever. I'm a hairstylist, for those who don't know. And you want me to make you have a long oval face, but your face is, like, square and round and you look nothing like that person. I can't do anything. I can't change your face. Like, you can't change the shape of your body. And I think that, like, that's something that women especially focus on so much, are these beauty, and not to say that men don't either, because I know that there are men who are like, I have to have a six-pack and I have to look like this and I have to be now, like, being burly is the big thing. But, like, like, I know women really struggle. We want to change our body so much. We want implants, we want reductions, we want face or nose jobs, we want this done, and just shut the fuck up and love yourself for, like, 5 minutes, please. If you want to alter your body, like, yo, that's fucking up to you. But also, like, love what you were given and have proper expectations with what you got. Sorry, I get really irritated about that because I used to do it to myself so much. And
everybody does. Well, okay, unless you're, like, so fucking perfect and conceited. But I mean, everybody does. Everybody has.
What's dumb is, like, I have a fucking hourglass figure. I don't really know what the fuck I'm looking for.
Well, I tell you that all the time. I'm like, man, you have the body that a lot of women want. Like, a lot of women want.
I do, and I'm not, and I don't say that in a cocky way. It's honestly,
unlike me, who the first place she loses is in her boobs and her ass.
Well, my problem
everywhere
is
else
that
she stays the same.
I had kids, right? And this is another thing, moms, love your body. Love your body, no matter how it's changed. My hips, so I've always had an hourglass figure, obviously, because it's my body. But I had kids and my hips went, right? So, like, even when, like, right now I'm packing a little extra weight. If I stand in the mirror, I can still, my hips are fucking, like, wide. And then, I had kids, my daughter breastfed, and my boobs are not as perky as they once were.
Oh, God, no, yeah.
But you know what? It's crazy because there are workouts that you can do to help lift your chest, which I didn't even know. I had no idea. I was just like, great, I'm just going to have saggy mom boobs. Like, they're just going to get saggier and saggier as time goes by, and I'm going to hate myself. No,
you can't ever get them back, back to where they were.
No.
But yeah, you can work it so that, they'll lift a little bit.
One day I might get a little lift. I don't know. We'll see how.
Oh no, I'm getting one. I'm getting a lift and I'm getting implants.
Get it, girl. Maria's ready.
I am. I mean, and a lot of my mom, God bless her soul. Okay, sorry, Mom. I'm not talking ill of the dead, but she used to tell me, because I was like, when I finish losing weight, I'm gonna have the excess skin taken off. And I am going to get a lift and an augmentation. And she was like, why? What are you trying to prove? I said, I'm not trying to prove anything. I know the way that I feel on the inside. Okay. And I just want to match that.
Right.
Going forward, because my entire life, and I told her this, my entire life, I have been nothing but big. I've always been the big person. I've always been big, and I've never had one. I never appreciated it when I did lose the weight, but I never had that time where I could, wear certain clothing, wear kind of anything low cut, anything that showed anything. And for this time in my life, I want to do that. I that's the way that it is, and that's the way that I want to do it. Yeah. And I don't care what anybody says about it. The only opinion that really matters is my husband's opinion, and he could care less what I do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, whenever I first started working from home, my daughter, I colored my hair. I colored my hair. I think it was purple, or was it pink or something? And we were going to go out to dinner with the family. And my daughter comes up to me and she goes, "Are you going to go out with your hair like that?" And I said, "Yeah, why wouldn't I?" Right. And she just looked at me, and I'm like, "Oh, is it going to embarrass you?" I'll make sure that it's bright yellow next time. Right. And I get comments all of the time that I'm trying to act young, and I'm not. I'm expressing myself. This is how I express myself. And if you knew me, if you really knew me, then you'd understand why I have my tattoos and piercings, and why I'm a 40-year-old that loves glitter and that has hair not a normal color.
That loves glitter. I love it.
I am. I mean, you would understand if you just spent some time with me, you would understand why I look the way that I look, because I have a very bubbly personality. That's who I am. That's who I've always been. And you'd be like, okay, now I understand. I mean, because even my husband says that I'm more myself now than I was back when I was working a corporate job. He's like, the outside matches your personality now. So
I love it.
Yeah. But I mean, I get that all the time. You're trying to act young. You're trying to stay young. No, I'm not. I'll tell people how old I am. I tell people I'm 41 all the time. Right. I mean, it's a number. Okay. Right. But does it mean that I have to be this, stuffy old person? No, because I'm not. I'm always going to be young at heart. My husband keeps me young, and he's older than me.
That man.
I love him. He's a mess. He will never grow up, but I think that's what I love about him.
That's fair.
So where do we get off of that? that aspect. Oh, when we were talking about um, uh, plastic surgery
Mm-hmm.
and changing your body.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have the right mentality for it. But if you're doing
Mm-hmm.
it for the right reasons, then more power to you.
And there are plenty of procedures that are helpful for the process too. But you just have to, like you just said, you have to stick to it and have the right mentality, because if not, then it was all for nothing.
Yeah. Then you're doing it for somebody else. You're not doing it for yourself.
Right.
You know, and that's what I told my mom. I'm like, I'm not doing this to please you. I'm
No, you
not.
wanna.
I'm not doing this to please anybody. I'm doing this to please myself because I want it for myself.
Mm-hmm. It's so
You
funny.
know.
Like one of my, I was just telling Maria today, one of my teachers, I think I told you, yeah, she's getting her nose done, and she was saying that it's very hard to find information or even find people of color who get their nose done. So she's like recording her entire, um, experience and everything. And I think that this woman is absolutely beautiful inside and out, whatever, but she hates her fucking nose. And,
Oh,
and
I'm right there with you, lady. I hate my nose.
yeah, and in her videos, she's like, I know people are gonna tell me that like I'm beautiful the way I am and da da da, but like I don't care, I don't like it, and this has been something I've struggled with for a long time. And I just wrote her and I was like, I think that you're fucking beautiful inside and out, but you need to think that you are beautiful when you stand in front of the mirror, and you deserve that. And she was like, oh my God, I'm gonna cry. I love her. She's so funny. Okay, also apparently I make people cry. Don't know why, but that
Well,
I get
because
that a lot.
you're positive and you tell people how it is, basically, and that, you know.
Stop crying.
Well,
I got
no,
it.
because a lot of people, that's the thing. Nowadays, it's all about tearing people down. It's not about bringing people up, and we really need to get away from that. Um, we really need to get away from that. I
Yeah.
just, but
I
I
think
do
it's so
understand.
much easier to be positive.
Mhm.
Like Jasmine. Jasmine wrote me yesterday. She's starting to focus on her health and losing weight. And she told me that the doctor recommended a certain amount of weight. I'm not gonna like put all her information out there. But instead of just being like, okay, like I'm like, if you need anything, tips, tricks, support, love, whatever, like you let me know. And she's like, oh, okay, and like that's just how
Mhm.
Maria and I are.
Mhm.
That's typically I feel like how the people are that we attract. Um, it's just so much easier because you know what pisses me off more than anything is the fit dude in the gym judging the 250-pound woman fucking sweating her ass off, going 2.5 on the treadmill, going, why are you even fucking here, you're fat.
Maybe
Are you
because she's trying to
sure?
change it.
Right. Well, obviously she's doing some work because bitch is sweating over here, and obviously if she's big and she's in a gym, do you think people just wake up one day and are skinny?
Hmm.
Like it's like the most backwards, and it's always like the most asshole-ish, beautiful on the outside looking people who are the first ones to be like, wow, look at that fat guy try and lift a weight, or ooh, look at that fat bitch run. Like that's so. Shut the
Hmm.
fuck up. And if anyone looks at you sideways, don't even let them look at you sideways. Like I know you were saying earlier, like people get intimidated. I was so intimidated to walk into the free weights. And I think that the only thing that drew people's attention was me being weird about it. Because after
Yeah.
like first couple times, I just confidently walked over and no one fucking moved. The only thing that drew people's attention was me being like, what do I do? Um, but other than that, if anyone's judging you, yo, fuck them. You're not doing it for them.
Hmm.
You're doing it for you. And that's the most important thing. Like, and once you can get past that, you can start having fun. Like, I hit that day. There comes a day, I promise. I told Maria, I was like, I'm so excited. There comes a day when you walk in the gym and it's not a gym anymore, it's a playground.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that is like the best day in your fitness journey is when you walk in the gym and you're like, what am I gonna do today? I don't know. Like, ah.
I remember the first day that Heather did a leg day with me, and like a real leg day with me. I'm like, this is what I do. And I'll show you how to um, you know, modify things, but this is what I do. And she did it with me, and she's like, the next day, go, I can't move.
I hated it. I hated it. That time.
Yeah, but then it starts getting to the point where you crave it. You're just like, I have to go. I have to go. It's your outlet. And that's the way that it was for me. And I've noticed that I'm a lot more stressed out now that I don't go to the gym.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Well, and you'll notice too, so if you're someone who's been skinny, or if you've been on a weight loss journey and you've lost weight, but you've been stressed, I've noticed, this is why I'm pointing it out. I gained it all right where you fucking gain stress, which is right in your tummy, tum. I looked in the mirror and I was like, I barely gained any in my face. I gained
I
all my
gain in
fat in
my
my
face
stomach.
and my stomach.
Yep.
I gain in
And
my face and my stomach.
that's where it goes when it's stressed. And I
Yeah,
mean,
mine's
anyone
mainly my upper because I've got a V. I'm V shaped because I'm very broad
okay.
in the shoulders.
You are.
And so I gain a lot of my weight in my arms, in my chest, my back, and my stomach, and of course in my face. And then the first place that I lose it is my legs and my face.
I hate
'Cause,
that, like, I hate the, yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, because it was so funny because when I was practicing when I was training for my marathon. My sister she came to pick me up one day and she's like, oh my gosh, my sister has chicken legs. Because that's where I lost. I lost the most of my weight in my legs. So,
That's
and
wild.
if I didn't actually, and that's before I started lifting weights because I love lifting weights now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is before I started lifting weights and everything. And now I lift weights because I want to build my leg muscles. And nothing makes me happier than looking down and seeing the definition in my legs. Nothing. Or seeing the definition I'm starting to get in my arms. I mean, nothing gets me more excited than that, and it makes me want to continue. So when you start seeing progress, and it takes time, guys, don't expect it to happen overnight. It takes time. So, when you start seeing change, when you stop obsessing over the scale, stop obsessing over looking in the mirror every day, one day you're going to look down and you're going to be like, that was not there before.
I used to look at that outside of my thighs and I'd be like, oh, what is it? The rocks on my legs. Like, I was so excited.
And that one muscle right above your knee, I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting definition. And then the more fat that you lose, the more you see that definition. And it's just,
oh my God. I hate how I carry my weight because I carry my weight like a pregnant woman. And I will explain that. If you are looking at me from the back, you see my hourglass. You can still see I'm a little thick, in some places. Got a little extra meat. But then when I turn sideways, there it is. It's in my stomach. And it's right here in my face. I hate it. If you look at me head on, fine. You look at me from the back, that sounds so inappropriate. It's fine. But if you look at me from the side, done.
Not me.
Hate it.
Not me.
I carry my
and then
weight
I have this and then I have this patch right here because when you have that hunch, okay? And my entire family has, you've got to stand up straight. I have poor posture. So, but then you have this piece of fat that's right here, like I have, that just makes me look even worse, even older than what I am. And
I have that too.
No, you don't. Mine's bad.
Yeah.
So that, and then, of course, when you're working out and all of that, you start having better posture. But you can look at me, I have all over, but also I don't look as heavy as I really am, because I have a large frame, so I
Mm-hmm.
hold my weight. So if you look at me, I don't look like I'm as fat as I am, but yeah.
So done with you.
So, but I mean, it is what it is. You got to start. Everybody starts somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and whether your goal is to tone or lose or gain muscle or fatten that ass or whatever the fuck, like it don't matter. As long as you know your goals and as long as you're working towards them for you, like that's the most important thing.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. I feel like this is very
Because
positive and uplifting.
it is. It's a good one. It's a good one. And guess what? Guess what? I think we're gonna stop it at the 1 hour mark.
What?
Heaven forbid we actually made time.
Shocked. I am shocked.
I know. But yeah, I think this is a good place to stop.
Yeah.
And if y'all want us to talk about it more, we can. I mean, we could go on for hours, because I know a lot about it. Heather knows a lot about it because she's doing it now. So you can get opinions from the person who went to school and is an expert, and the person who's an expert because she actually did it. So
You can follow my fitness Instagram. It's FitWHeather. Super simple. Fit with Heather.
yeah, I should do another Instagram, but I don't want to. It's too much trouble.
It is. I've been using that one more as I'm figuring out my career path, but it's fine.
So yeah, so I guess, yeah, we'll leave it here, and if you have any questions, just feel free to ask. I mean, we don't bite, trust me.
Maybe a little, but not too much.
Yeah, right. So, all right, guys, until next time, we love you. Thank you for listening to us, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.